Hello everyone, my name is Harun Zuberi. I'm a student of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. This summer I've been working on a research project with the research group of Professor Donald Siegel on the separation and storage of gas in the metal organic frameworks. My main research is towards the methane storage in the metal organic frameworks. Methane being a more abundant fuel and also being a little more environmentally friendly than all the other fossil fuels, it is desired to use methane as one of the primary fuel sources. The challenges that we face for using methane as one of the main primary resources of fuel is the cheap and environmentally friendly and effective storage of the methane gas. Currently, methane is being stored in high pressure vessel tanks at about 200 to 275 bar pressure, and in order to do that, it's definitely not cheap, and the tanks are really bulky and heavy as well. So therefore, a huge amount of research there have been done in order to figure out what are the better sources of methane storage nowadays. So for that, metal organic frameworks, which are also called as MOFS, are very promising candidates to do so, and which is what I am working on too, which is called the metal organic frameworks.
Modeling CH4 in MDOBDC. So the background, as I was discussing earlier as well, is that methane, which is also known as the natural gas, is a more abundant fuel. The United States have a lot more than gasoline. They have it underground. Methane burns cleaner than other fossil fuels like gasoline as well, and also releases less amount of carbon dioxide, which means it's a more environmentally friendly thing to do. Methane is also used as an alternative fuel and is more environmentally friendly, like I said earlier as well. Methane was widely used in automobiles as an alternative to gasoline before we started encountering some problems with it, which I'll be discussing it later. And methane definitely generates more heat per mass than any other complex hydrocarbons in which the gasoline is involved as well. So the basic challenges that affects the use of methane is basically methane storage. The main challenge is to store methane in a safe, cheap, and a convenient manner. Currently, methane is compressed in about some fuel tanks which are really high pressure, like 200 to 275 bar, and even more than that. At such high pressures, cost and volume effectiveness of the fuel tank is a major issue. This is just a picture of a car that was converted into a CNG conversion kit, which is the compressed natural gas, which is also natural gas compressed in a fuel tank. My cursor over here points towards that, towards the fuel tank that I was talking about. They're pretty bulky, pretty heavy, takes a lot of space in the car, and but it's cheap, and because we have more methane than any other hydrocarbon available. So to overcome these issues of its storage, some research has been done. Therefore, to overcome these storage issues, intense research has been done to help get better storage of methane. Recently, a new family of cisruptive materials called MOFS, which are also called as metal organic frameworks, has emerged as promising adsorbents for methane storage. Now, MOFs have a really large surface area, and they also have big spaces in the middle that are empty. The reason I posted this picture of the football field is because of the large surface area of MOF. A MOF, which is like 1 gram of this material, can almost have as much as the surface area of this football field right here, which is our big house. So basically, there's a lot of interactions between the gas and the MOF, which results in some good storage of gas, which could be CO2 or methane and even others. This is a primitive cell picture of the nickel MOF 74, which I've been using. I used magnesium, and I had other 15 elements as well, metals that I replaced them with. But this is the basic structure of the MOF 74, and as you can see, those little ones, these little sites are the sites in which the methane comes and stores itself at. So in order to do my research, basically, we did not need a lab. We didn't do any experiments. The whole thing was done on computers with computer simulations, and those computer simulations are called GCMC, which the full form of that is Grand Canonical Ensemble Monte Carlo, which is also called as GCEMC. The GCMC is a very versatile and powerful Monte Carlo technique that explicitly accounts for density fluctuations. In this ensemble, the temperature, volume, and chemical properties are fixed. It is widely used to study bulk properties. It is also widely used for gas absorption and separation studies. The difference between other Monte Carlo ensembles and GCMC is that in GCMC, the number of particles are allowed to fluctuate, whereas in other number of particles are fixed. So we did our GCMC simulations in the software called Material Studio, which I'll show you just in a second. This is Material Studio right here. In this, as you can see, this is the MOF supercell right here. I can move it around a little bit. This one is a magnesium MOF supercell. The green ones are magnesium. The red ones are oxygen. The gray ones are carbon, and the white ones are hydrogens. So it's basically an organic linker with a metal side in it. And as you can see, these big holes in the middle and in the corners, that's where the methane has a high possibility, or any gas, to store itself. And therefore, using this software, and we built the crystal in the software, and then we also have methane, and we built that in the software as well, which is right here. And then we run a simulation. After running a simulation, we get a pictorial form of the storage as well. As you can see, those red little dots are methane stored in this cell, and we also get a numerical form of it, which is all this information right here. Using all this information, we create our isotherms, which I will just show you in a second. Is an isotherm right here, which this information was came out of the table which I just showed you earlier. And this shows, as you can see in the left, it shows the uptake amount of CH4, which means how much CH4 is stored, and the x-axis of it, the horizontal axis of it, is the fugacity, which is the kilopascal pressure we're putting it in. So, and one of them is the experimental results, and the other ones are the it's the computational ones that we did through the Material Studio. So this was what I've done in summer, and it's been pretty interesting. And this is also a picture of a magnesium MOF 74 with some hydrogen stored in the middle of this green one.
So as a closing note, I would like to thank the SHORE program, the University of Michigan, my professor, Mr. Donald Siegel, and my postdoc, Malay, and my PhD friend, Hyun. Thanks for watching my video.